Make those sorters pay for their treachery. Hello everybody, tis I, Vegeta FH1. I am here to show a few skiing tricks and little tidbits of information for those new to a Tribes game. Because I've noticed there is a lot of new players in Tribes Ascend. And since I am an old Star Siege player, I have come to learn lots of little different momentum tricks. My current class is, well, if you can't tell by the bolt launcher, then there's already trouble. I am a Pathfinder. It's my Pathfinder class. Here's what I have. Bolt launcher, shotgun, impact nitron, thrust, yes, thrust is better than the energy. Max pathfinding armor, reach, and egocentric. Egocentric is lovely for pathfinding. It just is. So, as you all know, skiing keeps your momentum going. Up, downhill, you go faster, uphill you go slower. If you don't know this from basic training, then there's something already wrong. You can go up to 400. I think it's 400 kmh or kph. Yeah, kph makes more sense. But you have to be able to, in order to have that amount of speed, you have to be able to keep up with it. There's no point of you going at 400 kph and you hitting a fucking cliffside and going splat. As a Pathfinder, if you're holding a flag and that happens, you're a bad Pathfinder. That's just it. A lot of people, when they can't keep up with that sort of speed, are going midfielders or defense. If you're going defense, I'd highly recommend the Doombringer, because quite honestly, that's the defense class I pick. So I'm a little biased. But a lot of people, when they're pathfinding, don't like the thrust pack. And I, to be quite honest, don't know why. First off, let's just do this. There's a thrust. That's one thrust. Not doing anything else. That's just one thrust. Can you see the problems with this? A lot of people say thrust pack is shite. And, well, to be quite honest, you're talking out your ass. Hello, turret. Yes. The rules about being a Pathfinder. 1. Do not taunt the base turrets. You taunt the base turrets, they will turn around and they will kill you. If you are going to be a Pathfinder, you need to go balls deep. And I ain't kidding. Especially on maps like Katabatic or Dry Docks. Dry Docks, you really need to kind of concentrate when you're holding the flag. But that is one thrust. A little bit of jetpack here and there. Nothing major. Nothing special. Another thing you have to know as a Pathfinder is, if you're a slow Pathfinder, you're a dead Pathfinder. You cannot take a lot of hits as a Pathfinder. They are flag carriers, they're if you're a slow Pathfinder, you're a dead Pathfinder. If you get hit by a base turret, you're dead. You get hit by a fusion mortar, you're dead. You can't slow down for anything. If you are chasing a flag and you kill the flag carrier, you don't go to pick it up. You don't stop. You keep going. You let one of your teammates pick it up for you. You can't slow down as a Pathfinder. You will get killed. When having the flag as a Pathfinder, going this slow means you're dead. If there was enemy units around, I am long dead. Long, long dead. You cannot stop. A lot of people, when they're pathfinding, think it's a wise idea to high fly. No, don't. High flying is for soldiers. Pathfinding, you want to low fly. And what I mean by that is this high up. If you can imagine, I suppose, a barrier halfway down all the way across the map, all around. Low flying is staying underneath that barrier. The only time you want to high fly as a Pathfinder is if you meet a curved hill. Can I describe a curved hill? Not really. Throw the enemy flag. Come on, health regen. Where are you? Where's the health regen? There, thank you. Fucking hell. Didn't take half an age. Right. See this hill here? That's a curved hill. That is the only time you want to high fly. And of course, where does it lead? Straight into the base. Well, actually, it's straight to the flag. At this stage, I'm dead. Long dead. Feck off, base turret. You see? Don't taunt a fucking base turret. That wow. Yeah. That was bad. A lot of people think that hitting a small bump is an okay thing. It's really not.
We have captured the diamond sword flag.
See this little bump here? You're hitting that at speed, it sends you flying off in a different direction. These little bumps here, just jump them. Don't waste your jetpack, just jump them. If you hit that at speed, you are going to lose a lot of momentum. A lot of momentum. And a lot of people will say that using like one of these and jumping up using your jetpack and going down a hill is a good thing to do. It's kind of not. It's not. Going down a hill, get the trajectory right. Back off, base turret. High fly. And come down the other side. Skiing, I know I can say skiing is easy because it comes natural to me. I have a lot of practice with it. It's not... At first I was a complete fucking noob, just like everybody else. It takes a lot of time to get down your paths. It takes a lot of time to understand what you can hit and what you can't hit in terms of hills. But overall, if you practice at it and get, if you're a Star Siege player, get back into the swing of things, you'll be fine. Like, once you know what you can and cannot hit, you're fine. Like, will I take damage? Yeah. Of course I will. I just went splat against a fucking... against, like... I suppose flat ground. I wasn't really flat, but it was flat enough to cause damage. Those are the lips of the hill. The lips are kind of... I'll show you what I mean by a lip.
We have captured the diamond sword flag.
There, to about there, is the bottom lip of this hill. And there to there is the top lip. If you're going over a hill, do not hit the top lip. If you're coming down on a hill, depending which way you're fricking going, if you hit that, you're not gonna keep much momentum. You're gonna bounce off it like a fucking ball. There is no two ways about it. If you're coming down at a steep trajectory, you want to hit here. You want to hit the mouth of the hill. Essentially the mouth of the hill. Like, this one is kind of alright to show you. See the way it comes down? These little squares. See, all of these hills are made of lots and lots of flat pieces. This line, that's one of them. Okay? So, that's a lip. That's a lip. Everything in here, all of that in there, that's the mouth. That is the mouth of the hill. Now, with big fucking cliff sides, it's easier to tell because their lips are smaller and their mouth is, well, wider. Feck off! Oh no. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kill that turret. Wow, that was... Hi. Right. So, this here, from here to about here, that is the mouth. Right? So, if you're coming down the hill, it's alright to hit. In fact, I would highly recommend, if you can't hit the mouth of the hill, hit the bottom lip, because that'll send you flying. There to there is the bottom lip. and the top lip is from here to here. Actually no, from there to there. If you hit that, see where I'm standing right now? There is where the steepness starts. So from there to the bottom, or from to the top of the bottom lip, is the mouth. From here to here is the top lip. If you're coming down, let's say you're jumping down off that tower and you're looking to hit this, if you hit this, you're gonna go flying. You're gonna go flying and you won't gain much momentum. There's a difference between speed and momentum, folks. If you don't know the difference, please, for the love of God, learn the difference. I will demonstrate. Now, where was that hill? It's there. You see? You don't stick to the side of the hill. You don't stick to it at all. And you want to stick to it. You want to gain all the speed you can get from going down the mouth of the hill. So you're coming down on speed, you hit that, you're gonna go whee! But if you hit the mouth, be something like that. Nice fucking try, you bitch. Another thing, do not be afraid to use your jetpack if you're gonna hit flat land. If you're up high, if you're high flying, and you're about to hit flat land, don't be afraid to use your jetpack. Because honestly, it saves your ass. It really does. It's just like, this is so easy for me. I've done this for years. Whether it's Star Siege, Tribes 2, forget Tribes Vengeance, because Vengeance was shite. Sorry, it just was. It just was. But Hi-Rez has made this game brilliant. And yeah, I have to say, don't taunt the base turret. That's taunting the base turret. Effectively, what taunting is when you try and juke the base turret, and the base turret like switches on and it appears to switch on and off. It's like you hear the sounds. I'll try and get it to do it now, one second.
Diamond Sword has secured their flag.
You hear that sound? It's very faint. Settings, audio. Set the music down to 25, set master up to 100. You can probably hear it now. That's switching on and off. That can't get an actual target on me. But if you keep doing that, you can go right up beside the turret. But when you're flying really fast, if you try and taunt the base turret, then it's just gonna say, yeah. See? Just gonna say, nope, fuck you, you're dead. But the one thing you want to know as a Pathfinder, if you have the enemy flag and you're low on health, throw it to a defensive unit. Like, I don't know, throw it to a Doombringer. If a Doombringer's sitting on the flag post, which they fucking should be, then you don't want to waste it by fucking not throwing it to them. Don't, like, if there is no defensive units, which I know pub games are bastards about it, but if you don't have any defensive units, don't sit still. You're a Pathfinder with a flag, do not sit still. Fly around. And yeah, okay, your team could fucking recapture their flag and it's like you're halfway across the frickin' map, you can't capture the flag, so what? So what? Even if Diamond Sword, yeah, I'm gonna say Diamond Sword because I hate them. But even if they get your flag,
we have captured the Diamond Sword flag.
You can't worry about that. If you worry about that, it's going to drive you insane. Let's say you're up here. Let's say you're up at this big tower and you have the flag and you know what? You're going in the opposite direction to your base. And you suddenly recapture the flag. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Just fucking go the long way around. The worst thing you can do is if you're in mid-air and your team recaptures the flag and it's like, oh, I gotta recapture the flag, and you land, it's like, you're instantly dead. The fact that you just landed it and stopped from, I'm gonna say 200 kph, and you went from 200 kph to 0, you're dead. A slow Pathfinder is a dead Pathfinder. It's not as simple as just kind of flying around. You gotta take everything into account as a Pathfinder. If you... well, I was actually going to bring it up as the second last subject, but since I just kind of proved it there, bouncing off objects. Bouncing off objects is pretty alright. It's not the safest and it's not the most reliable way to change direction, but it works.
We've captured the Diamond Sword flag.
Don't know why I just fired at that, but whatever. Bouncing off objects is quite easy. Let's say you're coming in like this, and you're coming really fast. Bounce off an object. That's not a fucking good example because that bloody little thing there. But let's say you're going towards the post and you know you damn well you're gonna hit it. Bounce off it. You can't, there's no scientific way of bouncing off objects. There's no way of actually making sure. Like, that was actually a bad example because that's flat. I thought that was... never mind. I was wondering why I stopped dead. Bounce off. Yes, you lose a lot of momentum. And it's not the greatest idea in the world. But it's better than going splat into it. It is better than going splat. Now, another way of changing direction, which is what I wanted to bring up before bouncing off objects, was using the terrain to change direction. See this hill over here? That is... it's essentially a moon. Yes, I did actually say that. You know the way the moon curves? You got a half moon. Yeah, I'm remembering that ad for Jaffa Cakes. But you got the half moon, you got the inner side. If you curve around that using your strafe keys, oh god, yes, before I go into that, I want to make sure and say this very clearly to every single Pathfinder out there. If you're going to go at high speeds, which you have to, please, for the love of God, just unbind W. Just don't fucking press forward when you're going at high speeds. Don't. Take your finger off W. And I know it is a habit for all COD players, for all Halo players, for every single first-person shooter player out there, Counter-Strike included. Holding forward when you're going at high speeds disables you from strafing left or right. And I don't know why I pressed V. When you're pressing forward, it disables you from leaning left and right. Leaning left and right when you're going at high speeds is essentially strafing left or right. But that helps you to actually make little adjustments for you to land in the right spots. If you can't move, if you can't strafe left or right at high speeds, you're fucked. So if you're going to go at high speeds, just, if you can't break the habit of not pressing W while going at high speeds, then just unbind W. W would be walk forward. This, like, walk forward. That's what it is. That stops you from controlling yourself at high speeds. And I'll give you an example of that. Wow, that was semi-fail actually. Let's try that one again. Now I am pressing W. I'm getting very sluggish. Strafing. Probably because I'm not going all that fast. But you see, I cannot... that is very slow. And the faster you go, the more disabled you become from pressing W. Let's try baster. So the faster you go, and the more you hold down W, the more fucked you are, essentially. What's that? It's causing you, when you're flying at high speeds, it's causing you to go forward and you're holding, let's say, strafe left. So you're going diagonal. But because you're going at such high speed, you're going more to the forward diagonal than truly diagonal, if you know what I mean. If you're not holding W and you're going at high speed, you're going straight, essentially your W is already pushed. So when you strafe left, you're going actually diagonal. I know that it's very confusing, but let's put it this way. When you're going at high speeds, your walk forward is technically already pushed and is held down constantly. So by pushing forward even more, you're forcing yourself to go forward even more, even though walking forward or pushing W while flying at 250 kph doesn't affect your speed at all. It just doesn't. Now, we get back to this moon and terrain controlling your trajectory, sorry, your direction. If you're coming in from where I am now, or maybe, yeah, no, about there. Holding left strafe while going around the corner will mean you are sticking yourself, sorry, on a corner like that. If the hill is on your right side, if you hold strafe right, you will stick yourself to the side of the cliff. But when you hit the side of the cliff and you turn your sight, your strafe right means you're still strafing right. So as you're turning, you're actually going around. See what I mean? That's kind of a weak example. Thanks for being in the way, you fucking rock. You see what I mean though? I am holding only strafe right. And of course ski. So if you do that while going forward, and let's say you're... Actually, I'll just do it here. Take note that your strafe keys still work as strafe keys no matter which way you're pointing. See? I'm holding strafe right. I'm essentially going around the fucking edge of that mountain. So, let's say, okay, I'm pointing this way, right? Obviously, dead. My strafe left, strafe right. Okay, 90 degrees to the left. Straight right, straight left. That's how it works. So, essentially your strafe right when you're pointing this way is your forward when you're pointing this way. You've got to use that to your advantage, because if you hold forward or back, you just... If you hold forward, you lose control of what you're doing. Except when you're high flying. When you're high flying, it comes into play. But we'll leave that aside for now. When you hold back, you slow down. You do actually slow, like... I'm holding back while going down a hill. Like, of course, it's gonna slow down. But since you can't use your W and S, you can use your A and D. And you can use your directions to actually make the difference. But because of this, you lose your ability to aim and shoot. That's why you've got to practice at it. Because I can do this all day and shoot at the same time. The only time S comes into play when you're doing stuff like this is when you're facing backwards. That is the only time. And you need to have I suppose if you know the maps as well as I do, then it helps with just changing a little bit of your direction, because you're not always going to be facing backwards. You're going to be facing this way, fucking up here. Bloody, when you're looking backwards while having the flag, everybody's chasing you. So you're of course going to want to turn around and start fucking shooting them. So when you're doing that, you have to take note from memory where things are, where hills are, like that, and you have to be able to make those little adjustments. And the only way to do that is if you're going this way and you're facing up here, is to use your your S and your D to actually control your frickin' movement while going at 250 kph. Being a Pathfinder is not fucking easy, folks. It is definitely just not easy. Jump over those small little fucking gaps. Please, for the love of God, jump over those small gaps. Yeah, base turret. You're just not getting me. You can hear that one flying through my, flying past my ears, but it wasn't gonna hit me. See, I could have actually used that to bounce off that, but I wasn't going to. In practice, you've got to be honest with yourself. Because I mucked that up, I mucked up that little jump. And yeah, I may be a Star Siege vet, but even I muck up as well. We all do. When you fail that little jump to cap the flag, and you run into the wall, how many people are fucking chasing you? How many people are firing grenades, spin fusers, fucking everything, fusion mortars? I've had juggernauts chase me with the flag, and yeah, okay, this fusion mortar isn't as good as what it used to be in Tribes 2, but it can still fucking fire a good distance. You just need a good player. I hit the top lip. That's one thing you don't want to do. If you're jumping over a hill, try not to hit its top lip. Like that. After a while of skiing at high speeds, you begin to realize the little things that start to annoy you about going at high speeds. And hitting the top lip when you're jetpacking up is one of those things. It's one of those things that annoy me. Mightn't annoy you, but I just say it just as a precaution, I suppose. Yeah, nice try, mister. What am I saying? The fucking thing is gonna hit me. Jesus. Only just barely got out of its range. Don't taunt a fucking base turret. Especially on places... Okay, dry docks. The base turrets will hit you. They will hit you. On Bella Omega, they're the worst for it. Because when you're coming in... In fact, I'd have to show you on Bella Omega, but... It's kind of like... if you have... Let's say you have 250, right? Okay, I didn't jump into it. Fuck. Okay. If you're coming out at 250 and you're going over that little hill, just before the base turret on the left, the two shields, and then there's another base turret on the left, and then the long base turret on the right, in the mid. I think you get that. There's a hill right before Diamond's sword base that if you just jump around from the right, you can go in, swoop in and get the flag. Well, the base turret at the back is a bastard. It always fucking hits me. Always. Well, okay, not always, but a good portion of the time, damn thing will hit me. Because I frickin' taunted it by going around... What the balls? By going around the side of the hill. Yeah. Why did I hit that? Or how did I hit that? I shouldn't have hit that. That's weird. Maybe it's one of those invisible rocks, I don't know. Either way. I know I say keeping speed is essential for being a Pathfinder.
We have captured the diamond sword flag.
How many times have you heard me say it now? But skiing up a hill has its advantages. I know skiing up a hill is frowned upon in Fraps. Fraps? Fraps. There you go. The game's name is now Fraps. It's frowned upon to ski up a hill in tribes. It really is. And yes, I can understand why. You lose a shit ton of momentum. You lose a shit ton of speed. But there is its advantages. Or it has its advantages. That, for instance. If you know damn well that someone or something is behind you and you are not going to be able to shake it, sticking to the side of a hill or a cliff with strafe left if it's on your left, strafe right if it's on your right, and sticking to it so they can't get an accurate shot on you. It is kind of like strafing up a hill, strafing up a hill, but skiing up a hill. But it has its, I suppose, tactical advantage. Something like that. That was actually a very poor example, but I think you get what I mean. It has its good points, it has its bad points. Yes, its bad points far outweigh its good points. But still its good points. In a situation where it's required, I would use it. Like that. In fact, that was a good example of it. Just sticking to the sides so they can't get an accurate shot on you. Why did I stop? You'll be dead when... Whew. Just as a Pathfinder, keep your eyes open. Don't, like, okay, I've seen this so many fucking times. I've seen Pathfinders come in from base to base, grabbing Diamond Sword flag, coming up through the fucking tower, up here, and just over the hump, and then down and around here. It's like, why waste so much speed? Come up the fucking hill. Come up from here. And just over this fucking hill. Hit the top lip. Yes, lose a lot of momentum, but go down a fucking hill for the next 5 minutes. It's like, come on. Gotta be kidding here. You don't lose time by doing it. You actually gain safety because of those frickin' rocks. Those rocks are protecting you from enemy projectiles and the enemy turret. So please, fucking use it. Also, heavies, don't go near the flag.
We have captured the Diamond Sword flag.
Like, how many times have you seen a fucking Doombringer? Not a Doombringer, a Juggernaut. Crossing the fucking map. Picking up the enemy flag. And then llama walking the way home. They call it llama hacking. Not llama hacking, llama capping. It is the stupidest thing to do. And yes, while I know I am guilty of it as well, it does have its advantages at some point. Let's say I'm a fucking heavy, right? Feck off! Can't believe that turret actually hit me. Let's say I'm a heavy, right? And we don't have the enemy flag. And in comes their flag carrier and he's coming in really fast from the right side. And he's like belting it along. He's just about to cap the flag. If you don't have any flag carriers or... Oh, excuse me. If you don't have any flag carriers around, or anybody else, the best thing the heavy can do, fly over the flag, get it as far away from their stand as possible. Not aiming to bring it back to frickin' base, get it as far away from the stand as possible. It just means that we have more time to get our guys up to the front, get more time to fucking get our flag back, and gives them the sort of, I suppose, the desperate act of, oh my god, get our fucking flag back from that heavy. Kill that heavy, get our flag back, cap the damn flag. Yes, while it does have its advantages, for the majority of the time, heavies, please stay the hell away from the enemy flag. Oh, okay. Whatever. Other than that, stick to your roles. Like, you can't not stick to your roles. It's fucking silly. Apparently I can't. There we go. Yes, I'm doing this on purpose. What the fuck? That was the... How the fuck did that orbital strike miss me? How? That is frickin' dumb. Jesus, the first one actually missed me. About time. Christ, trying to commit suicide is hard enough in this game. I would say to all Pathfinders, if you want to be good, take your team into account. And I'm not saying, okay, I know that all of my teammates are in midfield. Holy shit, that one almost got me. I'm saying, if you're low on health, and you're carrying the flag, what is the one thing you have to do? Aside from capping the flag, would actually be saving the flag. You have the enemy flag, you're on low health, you have 5 fuckers following you, guess what? You're throwing that flag. You're throwing that flag to the nearest fucking defense so they can pick up that flag and save it more. Because whatever about if the enemy team has the flag, if you have their flag, they can't cap yours. So if you protect... Wow, that was the worst thrust ever. If you protect their flag, well, when I say protect, I mean keep it the fuck away from them. But if you keep it away from them, they can't cap your flag. You have enough time to create a plan to actually do something to get your own flag back. A big whoop, maybe in disarray. They might be in disarray. Doesn't matter.
We have captured the diamond sword flag.
You have time, lots of time. This game goes for a long time. What is it, 20 minutes? 20 minutes per game? That's quite a long time. You have enough time to do what you need to do in order to win. And that's all it really is about. Yeah, I know I'm anal about it. Hey, it took me this time. Just a pity I'd have to kill me in my own frickin' base. Like, I come from the competitive side of tribes. The really fucking competitive side of tribes. But that means little to you guys. Absolute little to you. And yeah, I know I've been roaming around Katabatic trying to explain how to Pathfind. But again, that's going to mean little to you unless you're a Pathfinder. Or unless you actually give a shit. Yes, these tips and little tricks actually work on all classes, they're just the most effective on Pathfinder. Because the Pathfinder is the fastest class. And I don't give a shit about your little glitches that send you flying across the fucking map at 4,000 miles an hour. Because that's a glitch. That's not genuine skill. Ooh, I'm dead because I'm less than 150 kph. A good Pathfinder will ski at an average of 200 kph every single match. And in fact, if High Res gets wind of this video, I would actually, the one thing I would ask would be average speeds. Who had the fastest average speed? Like, other than that, I can't teach as much else. Everything has come, with me at least, everything has come from practice. And I have gained the knowledge of tribes for a very long time. I've had it for a very long time. So if this at least helps some players get up to speed,
We have captured the diamond sword flag.
then so be it. A lot of players will need this in order to figure out how the fuck to ski properly. Like, we all know that, okay, I'm skiing, I go up a hill, oh, I lose a lot of speed. Oh, look, I'm going down a hill, I gain a lot of speed. Yeah, derp. Okay, that's fucking momentum. Thanks, base turret. But the advantages of that, the disadvantages of that, to how to manipulate that properly and how to use it to gain the most optimum speed, to grab the flag, to chase the flag, to do things properly in Tribes, because Tribes is a fast-paced FPS. It is one of the most fastest, and I think will remain one of the fastest in history of gaming. And yeah, this is where my fast-paced, I suppose, career started. It was Tribes. Star Siege. And as I said on the forum, I wouldn't mind if High Res actually used Star Siege for the name. I know that's actually, like, I cannot make that decision. Like, the community kind of has to make that decision, but at least as far as I'm concerned, this is fucking Star Siege Tribes. Yeah. It feels like a combination between Star Siege and Tribes 2. That's what it feels like. And that's a good combination to have. I just hope the game, upon release, lives up to what the beta has. Because at the moment, the beta is fucking rocking. Yeah, no, base turn. One thing I would say is, if I had a choice between hitting the top lip, the bottom lip, or the mouth of the hill, if I was coming down, I'd like to hit the bottom lip. If I was going up, I'd like to hit the mouth. Like if you were gonna fly straight at it. Like that. Because it presents a lot of opportunities to change direction. That said, if you're going too fast and you hit the mouth of a hill, you're gonna go splat. That's not something that can be changed. I'm going so slowly. I'm just taking it easy. I just love to ski. Back off, mister. Back off, mister. Yeah, no. See that? Changing direction. I think all Pathfinders need to learn how to do that. Because it can save your ass. I think I'll leave it there. Yep, I'll leave it there. Well, I hope you guys learned at least something from this. I know I'm not the best at commentating. I know I'm not great with passing over information through a bloody microphone. I never took lessons in it. I took lessons in skiing, however. That was self-trained, actually. But, yeah, no. I hope y'all at least learned something from this. If you're a Doombringer and learned something from this, well, I did my fucking job right. Or I obtained my objective, there you go. But this is mostly Pathfinders. This is my class. This has always been, this will always be. I was never into carrying like fucking 5-6 weapons at a time. I carried 2. I carried the chain gun. I carried, not the chain gun, fucking the blaster. And was it the spin fuser? Yeah, it was the spin fuser at the time because the spin fuser did a lot of damage. I'm not saying Tribes Ascend spin fuser doesn't do enough damage. The light spin fuser, however, not suited for firing yourself halfway across the map. Doesn't do enough damage. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. The light spin fuser doesn't do enough damage. The normal spin fuser is, well, it feels like the normal spin fuser, but the heavy spin fuser is like, what the fuck? That thing is OP. But yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you learned something from this, and I hope to see us all in Tribes Ascend. Star Siege, Tribes Ascend. See you.